Hello GSV peeps and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Now when they left me last time these guys were incredibly stressed out. I managed to cycle them through here and now reduce the stress down to 27. So that's all looking good, which means actually I can mop these bits of stuff up without having to worry about too much about it repeating. So as long as I can keep these stress down I'll be alright. What I've also done is dug a little hole here. I've pretty much emptied this, but I can dump now this into it. It's going to dump itself in a minute. This is going to break and pull out, so we'll just let that happen. And also our little geyser experiment here, that's run for a cycle or two, and you can see actually the temperature down here is still holding at about sort of 24, 26, but up here the water, this was around 60 and it's now around 40. Whether there's cooling because the temperature up here is 30, I don't know. But got another wheezewort seed here. I'm struggling to plant more than one or two at a time. So there goes our break. Excellent. And we can get rid of that. Food's dropped a little. I don't know quite why. Either they've been chomping their way through the bristle blossoms, but we've still got sort of 15,000. It's just dropped to 15,000 calories. So I don't want to bring another duplicate in yet because I just haven't really got the space to do it. But what I am going to do is, see, I'll sort of put in a couple of gas terminal tiles here and there just to help gas flow around the place. So end up digging, we'll dig all this lot out as well. Everything I'd sort of cancelled last time round, I didn't want that water to drop just yet. It's all looking good. We've got a little bit of water down here. So first, I said put a scrubber in, but the scrubber needs clean water. So the first thing I need to do is actually put a little bit of plumbing in. We're just going to go straight for a liquid pump. Going to need some power for it, so come off of that stretch there, and we're going to need, now I'm going to need to think about what I'm going to do with the dirty water this pushes out. I haven't got a fertiliser maker yet. I can't remember what I'm looking at. Oh, I'm looking at building the generators at the moment. That's what they're researching. So I either pump dirty water down into here and keep it here, which could be a solution. Build some more gas permeable tiles, and I've wasted a lot of wolframite somewhere building some of these. I can't see where. So those across there. I do want to get some of this here, so we'll dig out copper ore. There's plenty of copper ore around, as you can see, and there's some more coming up here, so that's not a problem. But this, where's it gone up to? Perhaps the whole of this seems to increase up here. It's just about to start spilling out. I did have a plan perhaps to make this a little bit longer. So this is naturally cooling down as it flows along here. What I could do is put the wheezeworts a little bit further away, but we'll see what happens with that. So out with my plumbing. Here we go. I want a pipe pumping. Bring the pipe up the side here, and we'll bring it into here. And I think for now we'll take it here, ditch it. This is going to fill up quite quick. I'll tell you what, we'll go. Oh, I built it. Oh, crikey, building these out of wolframite. Okay, deconstruct liquid pipes. And down here. Get rid of all those. Right, we'll start again. problem. I don't understand why it doesn't pick the cheapest or prompt you. Back into the plumbing. Back into here. Don't want wolframite, obsidian, igneous rock. What we got? Granite. Granite gives me a higher decor. So lots of granite for some reason. Some liquid pipes. Come down here. Deconstruct liquid pipes. Done that, so I just need to start again from scratch. Right, deconstruct liquid pipes. All that little lot. Plus any that's around here. Then, back at my plumbing, make sure I've selected granite. Up here, into here. And I'm going to put a filter in. So we want the water purifier. We're going to put the water purifier here. I want to pump the purified water back in to there. And perhaps I want to seal this off so we don't get any contaminated water in there, but we'll come to that when we... Right, so wire it up. Back into my plumbing. What do I make the wire out of? Yeah, it's all copper, I think. So plumbing. So out of here, into here, and out of here. I think we'll get rid of that one for the minute and put a vent in there. I do want to make this a little bit bigger in a bit, so there's my air scrubber working well. I'll box this off and make it a nice little tank a bit later, but for now box that all off as well. I could scrub all this. So there we go, now we have an air scrubber, so this should get rid of all this carbon dioxide, stop it coming up here. Still need to get rid of all this polluted oxygen, and I do believe I have got air deodorizers now, so we'll put a couple of those on there, just to tackle that problem a little. So things are starting to look a little bit better. Water is still coming out of my geyser, the steam is still coming through here. This water here is now 50, so it is getting there. This little wheezewort to grow. And we'd better start thinking about showers and toilets now. Quick look at my decor. It's looking a lot better, apart from where the toilet is, but that's because it's a toilet. I'm starting to sweep a little bit better now as well. Supercomputer's looking a bit drab, so let's stick a couple of canvases there and one there. This is all looking quite nice over here. A bit iffy down there. Can't plant anything. Put one there. I dug this out so they could get to a wheezewort, and I didn't put an airlock in, so we'll do that. So 50 degrees, perhaps it'll cool down more as it gets down to here. Looking at my temperature, this is all looking really hot at the moment, but I think this might improve. While all this is hot here, this is all sort of temperate, so that's fine. Looking a bit warm over here, maybe a little bit. perhaps a couple of pictures. So I can tart the place up. And I'll bring you back. And we're back. And as you can see over here, I do have this thing overflowing now. So we're still getting water entering here at about 70, 75 plus, and it's coming over here, and it's coming out at about 50. And then water down here then is still sort of high 40s, so I could still, even with 4 wheeze warts in here, I could perhaps take out a couple of these. I've still got a couple of copper gas permeable tiles. I need to change those to wolframite really, so we'll do that in a minute. And it's coming down here and it's entering this water here at about sort of 40 degrees ish, sort of losing temperature. We can look at the temperature thing. That's a little bit too warm for, once I start getting it's all the insulated, I want it coming out at a slightly cooler temperature here. Don't really want to warm this lot up too much, it'll just permeate through it. Permeate, is that a word? Yes it is. Throughout the rest of the base. The other thing I've done, just off camera, is I've sort of taken out a little bit of algae up here, and I'm emptying this little space up here to be a sort of a hydrogen dump, because down here I'm going to put in some electrolyzers, and these electrolyzers here will take out some of the oxygen problem we've got. There seems to be quite a bit of polluted oxygen. Why have I not done... Let's put an air scrubber in there. Not too sure why I haven't done that before, but let's put that in. And otherwise I'm waiting for them to tidy up the base now. I've got some... Let's dig out some plants here and there. Not too sure what was going on over here, can't remember now. But left some plants here, left over here, our little bristle blossom farm. I like it's going quite well. Not too sure quite why that is there on its own. Never mind, could leave it there. And yeah, so we are not doing too bad for food. It's the only thing we haven't got at the moment is a decent cook. We have a decent artist, we have a decent researcher. Research is going fine. If we open our research, you see, we've nearly finished it all. We've only got the fine dining research to do after we've finished insulation, and then I can knock those on the head. But yes, I think what's to do next is to find out which one of these is copper still. Right, so that one there is copper, so we can take a deconstruct out of that. Open that for a minute. Just let the water flow straight down through. Be fine. And then come into here, come into gas permeable tile, make it 9, make it wolframite, and put that in there. And I don't know whether I've got another. Let's have a quick look at seeds. I have got one wheezewort seed somewhere, so I can take storage compactor. Let's put a storage compactor in there. I've decided to go to sleep, which means I'm going to lose all this water down through here. Just going to make this a little bit warm, but I can always push it through. Look at my... Is it in there? No, perhaps it's in utilities here. So I can always push it through put a hydrofan in here as such. There's a lot of warming things. This cools gases, this produces heat, and this marginally warms liquids. I'm hoping perhaps in later updates they'll produce something which makes something which warms gases and maybe cools liquids, but we'll see. And I've now got contaminated in here. I don't know why. My lack of toilets or something. Can't be lack of toilets. No. Well, yeah, maybe. The toilets are a little full. That'll be the next thing to get into. Right, well that's going to start making things a little bit of a difficulty, so let's take a mop order, and mop around here. There's a spot of water in there, but as you see we've got a decent amount of water coming through now. Once that's gone, we can cancel that, and cancel that one, and they can just mop this little lot. Go on, mop that there and there. Why can you not? Ah, okay. Deconstruct there. Now you can get up and out. I'm hoping you can get up and out. So we've got to watch the toilets. Anyway, so put some more gas permeable tiles up through here, so when they do put in here. Ooh, there's a cooker one there. Can't dig. Well, I'm going to reject all these for the minute. I haven't quite got enough food. Oh, I have actually. I'm getting lots of food now. In fact, we're up to 50,000. I'll knock the micro musher on the head. And now this is, yeah, my box here is unrefrigerated, so I need to, okay, I think start putting mechanised airlocks in places as well. Oh, can't do that, I need to deconstruct there and there. Wait for them to come along. Because this is no longer... Why is this box not refrigerated anymore? Refrigerated and refrigerated. What I'll do is I'll bring it over this way a little. And we'll stick a mechanised airlock in there. It's sleeping again. Okay, I want to dig this lot out a little bit quick, so we'll dig out that. Okay, if that little thing there wants to eat one of these blossom seeds, I'd be more than happy. Right, into here, where was it? Food, isn't it? A ration box, going to put a ration box in there. We're going to deconstruct that one. Let's make that a little bit quicker. Come on guys, starting to put these electrolyzers in. I haven't actually plumbed them in yet. I'll do that in a minute. I'll also want to build some sort of protection to stop these guys going in. If I can do that now. It's not so much stopping them going in, it's stopping them being sick in there. I don't want to do that. Alright, we'll block that end off for the minute. Think about that. And we'll make that one an 8. So they'll come down and fill that up with food. I'm hoping this is now refrigerated. Yeah, it is. Excellent. Little oxygen dump, carbon dioxide dump down here is doing quite well. Right, so over here, they haven't filled this one in yet. That was wolframite. That one is wolframite. That one is copper. So we can deconstruct that one. That one is wolframite. That one is copper, so we can deconstruct that one. That one is wolframite. That one is wolframite. Yep, I think all these are wolframite. So, over here, up to that, build them on 9. We'll start filling up our... Ooh. Ah, yeah, because I've flooded these now. My weasewort seeds have turned back to Perhaps didn't want that to happen. Never mind, they'll grow again. And I've got these insulated tiles now as well, so looking at what overheat temperature, decor, overheat temperature, I'm not too worried about overheating such, because when you look at the run speed, I don't know what run speed means. Anyway, so we'll make them. Let's build them out of granite. It gives it a slightly higher decor, and just want those. So, and we'll deconstruct some of these manual doors I've got. Cancel the build on that one. Deconstruct that one. And deconstruct that one. And we'll put in some mechanised airlocks. Box standard copper ones. He's going to grow again? I hope they are. There's one up here, wasn't there? Oh! Cancel that. Pull that. Let's have one up top as well. I don't necessarily want one up top, but well, yeah, go on. So, I've made a very little start up here. I'll crack on with that in a minute. My stress is slowly building. Abe and Otto, so they've been somewhere not particularly nice. We'll let them get on with that. Yeah, oxygen level's not very good. I want to get these electrolyzers online pretty quick, so should bring you back in a bit. And I'm back, and it's about time I think we did actually bring in a chef. So we've got Gossman here. I'm going to print him. He's got a small bladder, but a very, very low decor expectation. So when he's not cooking, he's not going to get stressed out if we send him anywhere else. I'm just taking out these two blocks here because this is, for some reason, I'm getting some melting around here. But it's clean water, so I don't mind letting it down into here. This is all now wolframite. That's all building up fine. I was just going to put there's a wheezewort seed over there, so we can seeds. Wheezewort seed, make it 9. Wait for somebody to come across and pick it up. There you go, he's picked up a wheezewort seed. He's going to hop across here, he's going to put it into this here. This was overheating just now as well, so I've turned it off because there's not a lot of carbon dioxide around. Right, now we can deconstruct that. Of course they're all going to go to sleep again. Fine, slowly tidying the base up. For some reason they just don't want to fill these up. I really don't know. Let's just check. Oh, I've got them labelled as everything. Ooh. Yeah. You can run around at night, no problem at all, I think, in there. Perhaps we'd like to box you in over here, maybe. Coal generators. So there's another one up here as well. And I've sort of started my little hydrogen collecting generator up here. So I've sort of built a bit of a vaulted ceiling, chucked a gas pump at the top. I might be able to chuck 2 in there maybe. The one I tend to find, just does generate enough gas once this is all full to keep one of these going, so that isn't a problem. Chucked in a switch down here, and hopefully that will sort out the oxygen because it's not looking very good at the moment. So as soon as they've built these pipes, these should all start bubbling. Now we can start. Yeah, they're getting there. I did wire them in. That looks like it's missing there though. Hang on. Where's this? Oh yeah, it's not connected. Okay, that's not too much of a problem. Luckily I haven't noticed it. I'd have noticed it before now anyway. So there we go, that's them wired in. And sooner or later I think we've got to start thinking about circuits, because maximum wattage I'm allowed on any one circuit is 2 kilowatts, but if we look at the energy down here, my maximum potential power consumed is at 1.5 kilowatts at the moment, so I'm okay for now. Is that including when they've just built that? Yeah, 1.5 kilowatts. So anything else I build is going to start perhaps taking, yeah, getting a bit close to it. I just have to keep an eye on it, that's all. As you can see, I've moved the there's a hatch in there. Just moved the food over here. This box is now refrigerated, albeit it's in a polluted atmosphere because of this polluted dirt here. I was rather hoping they'd grab that polluted dirt and chucked it into the compost heap here, but they are not. So I might have to build a new compost heap, do something else with my polluted dirt. I think what I want to do next is probably think about toilets and showers. So let's have a look at the plumbing menu. Let's have a look at toilets we can build. Now these toilets are going to go straight in. I want to put them into here. Lots of bing bings going up here. What's all that? They're getting there? Right, so that's me under research. So yeah, I think that's all the research items I've done, which will obviously save me a little bit of power, because now I can deconstruct those two there. Algae's looking... I do have a little bit of algae here and there without stretching off into these biomes over here. That'll be the next thing to do. I'll have to sort of dig around my little geyser. Or perhaps come down to here. So I do need a little bit, but I said once these things start bubbling up, hopefully that'll be a little bit redundant. And I have plenty of water. What I will have once that starts chucking out. It'll be interesting to see if I'm using up more water than I'm actually producing. Otherwise, I will have to think about what I'm going to do with water. I'll have to perhaps build another purifier or shove some of this polluted water that's lying around back in here. So, toilets, that's what I was doing. Toilets, refinement, no. Yeah, no, toilets first. Okay, so let's think about, the fresh water is obviously going to come out of this pipe here. Polluted water I can get into, take the polluted water straight out, perhaps cross it over, build a bridge behind that, and then put it straight into there, so that'll be good. Right, here comes our first water electrolyzer, so he's going to start bubbling away. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to put 2 toilets there, and I think I want 2 toilets... Let's just stick to 2 toilets at the moment. So I won't get rid of these. I desperately need another. Let's go for... I've polluted dirt all over the place. That's producing polluted oxygen. So, that should... Oh, I don't know. Right, let's wire these 2 toilets in. So, liquid pipes, and I don't want... Looks like it's choosing wolframite, but yeah, it is. I don't want wolframite. I'm going to go for granite. I don't know why it's choosing wolframite to do pipes with. In fact, come back in here. It's got a... Oh, it is. It's got a slider in it. There, I can use sandstone or abyssilite, which has got a huge temperature overheat thing. Oh, I'll remember that. Keep the abyssilite. We're going to go for granite again because it seemed to have a fair amount of it. And I'm going to want to put some water. Might want to put the oxygen bubblers on a separate... yeah, I might want to put them on a separate system, but for the minute we'll put those in there. And then we'll take our waste pipe. Ah, yes. Let's take our waste pipe down this way. Cancel that one. What was I choosing? Sedimentary rock, granite. Come across here. And down into there. Bridge, making sure that I'm using granite. Spin that around so it's the right way, because that's forever causing me problems. And I might have to do something with this. To be honest, I could build this just out of normal sandstone, just so they can reach that piping there. So, don't think, looking at it, I think I missed the sandstone. I think I did. Second outlet pipe. Okay, so that'll be 2 new toilets. Now, of course, you need showers. I could put 2 showers next to it again here. In fact, let's do that. Let's put 2 showers there. So it's going to get a bit warm there. Don't want showers there. What sort of temperature is it? 30? No, that's too warm. Okay, cancel that. Okay, deconstruct that. Because this is definitely getting a little warm here. This will be alright. Perhaps, okay. Let's come into here, Don't want overheat temperature. Just build that out of sedimentary or sandstone. So, I'm just going to build one there. I want to build one there as well. Just wondering if I could do something with a... So, cancel build. What I will do is I will build a... build a mesh tile in there. Can I only build mesh tiles out of wolframite? Don't really want to do that. So let's leave it for as it is for the minute. Okay, gonna let these things finish. I need to complete this up here, so I've got somewhere for my hydrogen to go. Food's decayed. Scalding. Who's scalding? Oh, yes, you. Okay, right, off. Yeah. Okay, so medical supplies needed in a bit. Got to get this heat through here as well. So perhaps I'd need temporarily. I just need 40, 25. It's only sort of down here-ish. Somebody's got diarrhea. Right, let's get rid of noise there for a minute. Reject all. Didn't even look at what was there. And let's have a look at... Right, so look at the gas overlay for the minute. Right, so we've got lots of oxygen there. That should bubble up through to here. I do need to... They are getting on with it now, so it's fine. And I probably need to sort out where all these gas bubbles are going to sit, all the gas pockets. Could do that. The base is looking a bit messy. It's not, it's a bit hit and miss there and there. So there's a little bit of polluted oxygen around somewhere. It's all a bit swirly. So, yes, going to see how things go. Let's have a look at the water flow a minute. Are these... I say they're stopping because we're at maximum gas pressure already, which is fine. It's fine, except I've got perhaps too much hydrogen. Well, there's hydrogen's all milling around, but once I've opened up the base a bit, the gas pressure should drop a little. Don't know. I mean, here we got what? deconstruct these for the minute. I might put some water permeable things in there for the minute. My wheezewort hasn't grown. This temperature here, why is this temperature here 45 degrees? I suppose because I've got wolframite tiles in there, the temperature is coming down to here. But these, I thought these would perhaps cool this area a little bit more, but obviously not. I mean, that temperature, that water temperature there is... I might have to look back through the video, but certainly when I start building this, perhaps I started getting 80 degree... I'm surprised it's 40 odd degrees down here. But interesting. This is 70... Why is my water here hotter than up here? Perhaps I'm misreading what the wolframite does. Anyway, I'm going to let them carry on a bit. So let me finish these batteries up here. We'll get there. And I'll bring you back. Hello GSV peeps, Stangly Bob here, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. You can see the bases coming along scruffily, but yeah, it's getting there. I can't remember whether I showed you. I've built some showers and the toilets. Oh, I did, because we talked about this. And first of all, then, if I show you the overlay, you can see that actually, yes, the two toilets and the 4 showers are producing enough contaminated or polluted water to feed the fertilizer maker, and there is some excess which is going through the water purifier back down to our tank here. Now this here is filling up a little bit slowly and is sat at about 80 degrees. I'm not too sure. I'm going to wait for this to fill up and see what it spills out at, because it was spilling out at 40, and if it's not anymore, then yeah, fine. The other thing is I've managed to, well, sort of finish this area. They need to dig this little lot out, but they've got a couple of other priorities to do at the moment. So mainly using this not so much to power the batteries, because actually the batteries are quite full. We haven't even thought about coal generators, because there's lots of little coal lying around. But what I do need is to clear some of this hydrogen out of the way. If we look at our gas overlay, you can see that actually, yeah, down in the lower part of the base, unusually, I've got lots of, down here it's contaminated, come back to that in a minute, yeah, all polluted oxygen. So I've got I've got decent oxygen levels here. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, let's put a thingy up there, that'll help clear some of this to stop it seeping through into here. There is a little puffed fish down here which is obviously producing proper oxygen, which should, I'm hoping, rise up the shaft here. But let's get rid of him. Reject. There's nobody particularly good there anyway. Stress is okay. It's about 40. There's only Otto who's being stressed now. I don't know quite why Otto's being stressed. I'll have to have a look at him in a bit. But yeah, we can actually sweep. I want to disable that building there for the minute. There isn't a lot of polluted oxygen around. There's a bit over here for some reason, so let's go building a freshener over there. Not too sure where that's coming from. Might just be forced down here to sit on top of the carbon dioxide. Say carbon dioxide, I haven't turned this on in a little while. It seems to be managing itself quite happily. Whether I move this down a level, again it's a bit warm here. I did have a plan that if this wasn't cooling down, I was going to close this completely, and then I will find some way of pumping that over here, and we'll run it down here or something, and see what happens with that. But at the moment, it's looking not too bad. I've built these here. What I do need to do is put some plumbing in. I'm not going to build it out of wolframite. Obsidian. Got obsidian. What else we got? Granite. Let's build out of granite. And I need to, yeah, we'll just dump that. Not too sure where we'll dump it, but we'll dump it. Don't want to do that. Come down here. We'll just dump it there for the minute. Do that. Liquid vent. Cancel that. Do I really want to make a liquid vent out of this? Yeah, it's got to be copper or gold amalgam. I haven't got a lot of gold amalgam at the moment, but I'm just getting into an area where there's a fair bit. So once we stopped running around like headless chickens about other things, we'll come back over there. This ice all seems to be melting quite nicely. I've just dug through here to let some of this hydrogen up through here, and we'll do the same. Actually, that needs to be... Why did that not go up through there? Not too sure I can get from there anyway, but cancel build. We'll make a little funnel up through there from the top. So that seems to have worked quite nicely. So once I've got a decent amount of gold algum, yeah, still not sure how to say that. Anyway, once I've got enough, we'll start changing some of these over for gas permeable or even water permeable, because my guys aren't being sick. But yeah, so that's sort of melting, that's dropping down, and that's fine, that's all clean. This is filling up very slowly. But it's coming out of quite hot as well, so... And this is all very hot. I don't... This is because I've insulated all this now, but we shall perhaps see. Perhaps I can move... Perhaps if I put wolframite... Can I make this stuff out of wolframite? But I could put, you know, something up here which lets it disappear up top. Let it vent itself up here somewhere. But you see, I've got a few little pockets here still. Once they take all this little lot out, this will be fine. This seems to be a bit of a bug. I thought this, if it wasn't sucking any gas, it would stop, but used to, but not at the moment. So we're not actually getting any hydrogen up there. So we'll turn. I was going to turn it off, but actually what I'll do is I'll just raise the priority of this little lot. And we'll clear this. Don't really want the hydrogen coming down into the living area here. It's got some backup here anyway. To put that in there. We'll prioritise that as well, just to make that a little bit, and we'll prioritise all that, just clear out some of this hydrogen up top. See how that goes. Now I've thought about this little morb here. What I can do is actually, where I want to open this up, is I could jump into here and tunnel through here, dump him down into here. Put a couple of gas tight doors in here, and he'll be quite happy. He sat in here chomping away at this chlorine, which stops us sort of coming up this side a little. So I think I might do that, but I'd want to go... Oh! Thought that was somebody dying there, but anyway, so we'll... What I'd do is I'd come up, I'd make all this base, this airtight, and come in through here, through another gas tight door, and then work my way up through there, so that would stop any problems I get. So to do that, let's come through here. Once I've finished clearing the way for the hydrogen, stick in a door there. Don't want to dig that one out. Now I can come up to here. And dig I don't want to get too high. way across to there. Hopefully with, say, a couple of gas-tight doors. Put another mechanised door in there, and one in there, and one in there. And we can open these to let him through, and once he's through we can close them and not let any of this through. So, gonna let them continue that a little bit. Come down here. See my little plants here, they're doing well, no problem at all. Look at my gas. Great, that's brilliant. Oxygen spread through quite nicely. Got all this hydrogen to get through, but it'll get there. So I'll bring you back in a bit. And I'm back, and this episode is getting quite long. I'm going to have to call it a quits there. I'm also having a few problems with my recording. The NVIDIA software I record this with seems to jump between resolutions between the two screens I've got. So it's, and the smaller screen is a horrible resolution to be recording and showing things in. So I've just ditched that footage. So again, apologise if it's jumped around. I've got all sorts of problems with people being. Is that Otto? I'm going to have a quick look up here again, but is that Otto? No, it's Barney. Actually, Otto's not too bad. Anyway, so everyone's having a quick go on the massage tables. Need to move a few things around. As you can see, this is now overflowing, but it's overflowing at 60 degrees. I've got to have a look at how this insulation of the wolframite works. I might change this insulation back to bog standard tiles, because if it's not pumping heat out to the rest of the world, it's keeping it inside, and that's not exactly what I want. So I don't know. I mean, these tiles here, 44 degrees. This 69 degrees. You know, it's coming in at 90. And it's going out at 70. I either want to make this bigger, or I need to make my wheeze water's actually grown again, so this might chill it down just a little, having 5 in there, but we'll keep it going and have a look. But this is going to make this a little bit warm down here for now. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, thanks for guys. We'll catch you all in the next one. I've got some mopping to do there as well.